Hello students, today we are discuss about or we are continue about the periodic classification of elements. Already we are discussed in this basic about the periodic classification of elements, and I give entire portions for it is a 4 parts. About the 4 parts, in this class we discuss entire part 1, that is for the part of introduction, then modern periodic law and modern periodic table. In the table it is a 2 classification like feature of periods and feature of groups. Periodic trends in properties, the properties like atomic radius, ionic radii, ionization energy, electron affinity and electronegativity. So this is the part 1 video in the portion of periodic classification of elements. So now we discuss one by one. So now we discuss about the introduction part. There is a point 1 in part 1. So what is the introduction about this periodic classification of elements? That is for 18th and 19th centuries, there is a witness rapid development in chemistry. That is for its struggle to development in chemistry in the year 18th and 19th century. It is all spheres of scientific activities, and there are a lot of problems they are faced. Under the problem they are developed. So after that, that is in 1860, the scientists had already discovered that 60 elements, actually 60 elements only discovered in the year 1860 with, that is a mass number. So that already discovered the 60 elements and determined their atomic mass number also. They have noticed that some elements had similar properties. It is the same property like all the elements. They are discovered for 60. So that arranged in these elements in the group. So that is for group arrangements. So after that, that group arrangements is enough, and it is conclude the elements are arranged under the mass number basis. But in some years they go at the time that say that is a different properties, and they discover some more elements in that period. The elements were found have different properties like. So there was some realization is occurs, and their studies about their properties and all the elements and individually. So that you note properties of different elements. So this is another point. Okay, they are noticed. We found different number of elements and different types of properties. So in this period, the property, that is a different property at different elements they have found. So we are arranged at certain sequence. So they are used two kind of that is one way, that is one is group, other one is period. So it is convenient to arrange the elements like different properties and different elements. Like you are know about the supermarket, the vegetables and fruits are arranged in the rack in orderless. So that is for the order lines. They are arranging it like apple and one line, and orange another line, and pomegranate another line, like that. So that is the similar properties, and the similar group of the fruits or similar group of the vegetables are arranged. That is a manner. So it is very useful to identify their properties, that is individual properties of every group. So this is actually that introduction part about the periodic classification of elements. So in this way we have discussed a lot of things. So one by one at periodic law we will start the next one. So this is another part, that is modern periodic law, and that Mendeleev's periodic table had some for some problems it occurs. What is the problem? That is with difficulties that's overcome in the Mendeleev. So for example, the atomic mass of argon, this atomic mass, that is 39.95, and the atomic mass of potassium is 39.10, that is AMU, that is for atomic mass unit. Based on the atomic mass, actually 39.9 is a maximum atomic mass, 39.1 is a minimum. So we put the number 1 order based on atomic mass. This is 1 and this is 2, but not like in the atomic, that is a periodic table arrangements, that is argon is number 1 and krypton, that is a potassium, is number 2. So this is some arrangements are like in this order. So this is a difficult to overcome in the Mendeleev's periodic table. The potassium, the place is replaced by argon, so based on the atomic mass, and also that lithium and sodium in these elements are placed in the group at argon, because it is not to rearranged in the place of argon. So argon comes before potassium in the periodic table. So that is the greater number 39.9 is argon, and potassium is smaller number than argon, so 39.1, but argon comes before potassium in the periodic table. So if elements were arranged like this according to increasing atomic mass, the argon would appear in the potassium, they occupied by some is for the modern periodic table. So I show the modern periodic table. So no chemist would place argon, lithium and sodium, which are two highly reactive metals. That is a sodium, lithium are highly reactive metals. So argon, you know very well, this is a inert gas, so it is not reactive elements. So here that gas is no tendency to react, that is the same group as lithium and sodium. So which that is for two highly reactive metals like. So this kind of some problems are some suggestion and some fundamental properties other than the atomic mass must be the basic of periodicity. So in the periodic table, the arrangements, you need some other basic fundamental also. So what is the other basic fundamental other than mass number? So atomic mass is not enough. So the another term is introduced, that is for atomic number. So atomic number means that is for in the elements that presents a number of proton or the number of electrons. So in this number, that is called the atomic number. So the Moseley and the British scientist in 1912 Moseley, he is one of the British scientists. he discovered a new property of elements that is called atomic number. So the properties is used to provide the better basic for the periodic arrangements of the elements. So this is a way, it's a good way to arrange the elements in the periodic table based on the atomic number and their properties. It's a well-known fact atomic number of an element is an equal number of the protons or the number of electrons present in the neutral atoms in the elements. So the periodic law, it was modified upon as a modern periodic table. In this modification is always occurs. In the science they are discovered newly that is change of the fundamentals and new that is views of science is appeared day to day life. So the periodic table is modified as modern periodic law. The physical and chemical properties of elements are the periodic function of their atomic number. This is a periodic law. Once again, the physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic number. So two factors, one is physical, other one is chemical. The physical and chemical properties are very important. So we are simply said about what is the properties. So the properties means physical and chemical properties of the elements in the periodic function of their atomic number. So this is the periodic law. The next topic, modern periodic table. So the periodic table is a base arrangement that is based on the modern periodic law. The elements are arranged in increasing order, that is increasing order their atomic number from the modern periodic table. So the modern periodic table is a table arrangements of elements, that is arrangements of elements in first one is period, other one is groups. So in the periods and the groups are the arrangements of in the atomic, that is modern periodic table. Like this is periods and this is the group. That's first periods, this is the first group. Like so this is arrangements of periods and groups in the all elements based on the increasing order of atomic number and also their physical and chemical properties. As you have the studies about this basic of the periodic table, and we are using as the future of the periods and groups. It is a need, we know that the future of periods and groups. So we continue the next topic, features of period. First one. So feature of periods is nothing but it is a horizontal. It is horizontal. So horizontal row, like this is called periods. Very simple. Horizontal row is called periods. How many periods is there? There are 7 periods. There are 7 periods in the periodic table. So now we will discuss one by one. First period, the atomic number, the starting atomic number from and elements. Atomic number 1 and 2, not 1 to 2, 1 and 2, only 2 elements present in the first period. Is very short period, 1 and 2, only two elements. That is for hydrogen and helium in the first period. This is for first period. And second period, atomic number starting from 3 up to 10. It is also short period. It contains 8 elements. It is only 2 elements. Here 8 elements present. 8 elements is starting from lithium up to neon. So in the third period, the starting from the atomic number is 11 up to 18. So there are 8 elements present in the periodic table. It is also short period. The starting from sodium up to argon. And fourth period is starting from 19 up to 36. So there are 18 elements are present in the fourth period. It is starting from potassium up to krypton. So there are 18 elements. 18 elements we are placed like 8 plus 10. 8 plus 10. That 8 elements is represent as representative elements. This is called representative elements. And other 10 elements is called transition elements. Transition elements. So this is the longest period. You compare other 3 periods. So 19 to 36, that is for 18 elements present in the fourth period. So that is fifth period. The starting number is 37 up to 54. The number of elements present in the group, it is also 18 elements. And 18 elements starting from rubidium up to xenon. Xenon is a inert gas elements. So here also 8 plus 10. 8 is representative elements and 10 is the transition elements. And also it is also that long period you compare to other. And next one is the sixth period. The sixth period is contained at 55, that is 55th elements up to 86th elements. So it is also contained the 32 elements. It is the longest elements, that is the longest period. You compare the other periods. So here also that including for 8 and 10 and 14. Like we are separate these 32, that is 8, 10 and 14. That 8 elements, it is a representative elements, and 10 is a transition elements, and 14 elements is called the lanthanide. Lanthanides are inner transition elements. So the 32, it is starting from cesium up to radon. And seventh period is starting from 87 up to 118. So this is similar like that sixth group, or that is a sixth period. So same as here also accommodated for 32 elements, and 4 elements are recently discovered by IUPAC, that is the organization International Union and Pure Applied Chemistry, that is the biggest organization. They are found 4 new elements based on the IUPAC. So this is a periods, that is a future also. This It's not 11, this is a sixth. So this is a simple feature of the periods. So now we continue. Next one is the feature of groups. Feature of group, it is a vertical column. It's called vertical. So vertical columns is mentioned as group. So in the group we measured elements like top to bottom like this direction. So in the groups, that is top to bottom, are called groups. Very simple. There are 18 groups are there in the periodic table. Based on the common characters for the elements, each groups can be grouped at the various families. For example, in the group starting from X, Y, Z, A, B, like that. So this group family is called X family. Like every 18 groups, we are separated like this: X family, Y family, Z family, like that. So this is the identification of every groups based on their properties. It's very simple. Properties very important. The same categories of property are commonly placed in the same group. Like for example, that X is mentioned as the halogens. So halogens group is placed on the families, that is 17th group, and 18th group like that inert gases. So that helium, lithium, that is a helium, neon, xenon, like that. So it is the arrangements of the 18th group, that is inert gases. So that is based on the arrangement of group in their properties and arranged in the top to bottom order. And here lanthanide and actinide. Lanthanides and actinides, very important one because of it from part of group 3. It is called inner transition elements. It is called inner transition elements, that is actinide, lanthanide and actinide in the group 3. Except group 18, that is 18th group exception 18th group is noted point. All the elements present in each group have the same number of electrons in their valency cell. The valency cell, that means outermost orbitals, they present electrons. That is the valency cell. For example, all the elements in the group 1 have 1 electrons. That number group 2 electrons, and number 3 electrons. So that is arrangements of these every groups. That outermost cell, the valency cell, they are included also, that represent also electronic arrangements. That number of electrons present, it is in orderly. For example, first group is end their electronic configuration like 1s1, and second group, that is for 2s1, that's a 2s2, like. So these arrangements is appear like this. So the valency of all the alkali metals is 1. All alkali metals is number 1. So all the elements of group 1 have 1 electron in their valency cell like this, 1s1. vice versa. So the valency of the alkali metal is 1. As elements present in the group have identical valency cell, the electronic configuration possess similar chemical properties. So based on the chemical properties, that is a similar chemical properties, they arrange the valency cell of the electronic configuration for every elements in the group. But the physical properties, see that same chemical properties. So this is for identification or identical the valency cell of electronic configuration. But the physical properties of elements in the group, like melting point and boiling boiling point, like this, it is also under density of elements. It is for vary gradually it can be differ their physical properties according to the group. So the atoms present in the group 18 have the stable electronic configuration. So 18th group having stable electronic configuration. So this is called unreactive elements. It is not reacted chemically inert. It's called chemically inert. So this is very important aspects of groups in the periodic table. There is a feature of group in the periodic table. I show the simple way of there is an understanding way of the group number and the family, like that is a group number and family. Group number 1 is called alkali metals, and group number 2 is called alkali earth metals. 3 to 12, the group number is called transition elements. And 13th group is called boron family, and 14 is called carbon family, and 15 is called nitrogen family, that 16 is called oxygen family, or it is also known as chalcogen family, and 17 is called halogens. 18 is called noble gases. So this is a way to arrange the order of group number and their families, like this. So this is very important. You can remember always in these notes. So next we are going to discuss about the periodic trends in properties. So in these periodic trends in properties, there are 5 properties. One is that atomic radius, other one is ionic radius or radii. The third one is ionization energy. And the fourth one is electron affinity. Last one is electronegativity. So these 5 points, that is the 5 properties, are very important to discuss about this periodic table. for every elements present in the periodic table at the periods and also in groups. So what happened? The atomic radius and ionic radii, ionization energy, electron affinity, electron negativity in the groups and periods. So we have discussed about the properties of periodic table. First, why we are studying about the periodic properties? What is the main uses we can know about the periodic properties? Because the electronic configuration of elements, so that is for electronic configuration of elements, it is very useful to help to explain for these properties. And it is also about the properties of physical and chemical. So physical properties and chemical properties also it is used to explain. So anything which can repeat itself after the regular interval, that is called the periodic. It is called periodic. It is called periodicity. So if it is appear anything for different cases, sometime you can that is for you can identify that regular and also there is regular intervals, that is called periodicity. The periodic is called the regular intervals after some time for anything. And the behavior of the periodic is called periodicity. The periodicity is nothing but the behavior of periodic. Some of the atomic properties of elements are periodic. So the properties such as atomic radius, ionic radii, ionization energy, electron affinity, electron negativity, so everything shows the regular periodicity, and so this is called the periodic properties. Very simple, it is called periodic properties. So in modern periodic table, so we are going to discuss about the properties in trends in the group and also the periods, and to predict the considerable accuracy is very important. So the properties of any elements, the element may be unfamiliar to us. So we have discussed the periodic trend of some properties. Suppose we are unknown elements is there, so we can discuss about including periodic table. So it is very easily to understand the properties of at certain elements. So the periodic properties is much used to identify the electronic configuration and to know the explanation about the physical and the chemical properties and the regular intervals, that is called periodic, and the periodicity is called as the behavior of period. So everything we know about to know the periodic trends in properties. So we discuss one by one in the periodic property. That is first one, atomic radius. Atomic radius, the atom, the definition is the distance between the nucleus and the valency electron, that is called outermost electron. The distance between the center of its nucleus and the outermost cell containing the valency electron. So the direct measurement of the radius is an isolated atom is not possible. The radius of atom isolated is not possible. Isolated atom is not possible to measure the atomic radius. Isolated atom is not possible to measure the atomic radius. So except for noble gases. Usually the atomic radius is referred to the covalent radius or metallic radius. This covalent and metallic radius, it is for covalent and metallic radius. So this is depending on the nature of the bonding between two concerned atoms. For example, there is one of the atom, this is for another atom. So this is for the nucleus, this is also another atom nucleus. The distance between the one nuclear to another atom nucleus, that is called covalent radius or metallic radius. Okay, so atomic radius is a metal atom is known as metallic radius. So it is of the distance between the nuclei of adjacent metal atom. The nucleus between the adjacent metal atom, it is called the metallic radius, or non-metals is called covalent radius, like that. So it is defined that of distance between the definition of distance between nuclei of two covalently bonded atom of some elements in a molecule. So this is very important one, of distance between the adjacent nucleus between the two covalently bonded, it is the sharing of electron. The sharing of electron, so it is easily to bond in this covalent bond. In this covalently bonded atoms of the same elements in the molecules. For example, this is hydrogen and hydrogen. This hydrogen molecule. Hydrogen molecule is contain the covalent bond. So this covalent bonded atom of the same element is the molecule. Yeah, molecule is off to the distance. For example, these two hydrogen nuclei of molecule, like this for 0.74 Armstrong. So we can measure the atomic radius is called the half of the distance between. So 0.74 by 2. So that is equal to 0.37 Armstrong. So this is actually atomic radius between two hydrogen atom. Okay, so in this atomic radius we discuss about the period and the group of the periodic table. So in period, left to right, what happened, the atomic radius is decreases, and the group top to bottom increases. Why it is decreases and the group is increases? Because the electron is occupied for every orbitals like this. For example, in this period, the electron is occupied the same orbitals, okay. But in group, the electrons is occupied every group. It is to increasing the number of orbitals to occupy the electrons. But in the periods, the occupying electrons at first period at only one orbital is enough, and second period, so second orbitals is enough to occupy the entire electrons in the group. But in a group like this, to increasing the orbits to occupy the electrons. So the nucleus, between the distance between the nucleus and outermost, that is a valence electron, is similar, and also is going on the left to right. The decreases in the distance. And the group, by increasing the number of orbits, so automatically to increasing the atomic radius. So the valency shell number down the group. So as the shell number increases, the distance between the valency shell and the nucleus also increases. So in this contrast, when you observe along the period, the shell number remain the same, but number of protons increases. Here number of protons is increases, but the number of cell remaining constant or same. So the shell number remaining the same, but number of proton increases. So more and more positive charges imposed in the strong attraction over the nucleus and the outermost electron, because they form the electron clouds. So the result is a decreasing the atomic size. And here to increasing the atomic size. So the radius also decreases, here the radius is increases. Ionic radii. Second point, the definition is the distance from center of the nucleus of the ion up to the point where the excess is influencing the distance cloud. For example, this is for nucleus, ionic nucleus. If you know that any electronic clouds or charges is maximum, that is the distance we can calculate it. So what happened? Actually, the atom is converted to ion. So the atom is converted to ions, ionic nature. For example, the hydrogen is converted to hydrogen ion. So the lithium is converted to lithium ion. That is, the ionization process is going on. So in this process, we know that the ions are formed when the atom loss or gain. If the electron is lost in the orbits, the outermost electron in the last in the atom. So what happened? For example, hydrogen is lost one electron, so it get H plus. Suppose the electron is gained, that is means that is chlorine is get one electron, so automatically you get Cl minus. So that is positively charged and negatively charged ions is formed. The neutral atom a lost electron and the neutral atom is get or electrons. So it is for loss means the positive charge and get the electrons is called negative charge. The positive charge is called cation. The negative charge is called anion. So the size of the ions is important to determine their behavior in the solution of structure of ionic solids. The ionic radii is very much used to determine the behavior and the solution of structure in the ionic solids. And the size of cations is always smaller than the corresponding neutral atom. For example, hydrogen size is smaller than H plus. That is a very important point. The size of cation is always smaller than its corresponding neutral atom, but the anion larger than the neutral atom. So cation and anion. So we can comparing these two statements. First, the cation. You see that lithium, that is the neutral atom of lithium, is 156. it is converted to ion. It is lithium plus. So what happened? The size is decreases, that is for 90. Whether the chlorine, the size is like this. This Cl, that is for 91. It is converted to Cl minus, the size is increases like 167. So the neutral atom of cation is always greater than the cationic atoms, and also the anions like always greater than the ions, always greater than the ions between the neutral atom. So this is very important note. Why this difference is occurs? What is the reason? Because you know very well the cation means the electron is removing, that is the loss of electron. So loss of electron is lost, automatically the size is decreases. As a positive charge increasing, the size of cation decreases. This is the point. Anion means you get electrons added in the atom. So automatically the size is also increases. Electron is added in the molecule. As a negative charge is increasing, the size of the anion increases. That's all. So the ionic radii, you can see about the properties like the period and the groups. In the periods, the atomic radii or ionic radii are similar, like this also decreases. The group similar as atomic radius is also increases. So goes down in the groups, the ionic radii also increases. In the periods left to right, the ionic radii is decreases. So next one is ionization energy. So this ionization energy is very important one. The ionization energy is the minimum energy is required to remove electron. That is for energy. Required to remove electrons. Where is very important key points is isolated gaseous in its ground state from the ground state, that is ground state. So it is to form cation. Cation means that is removal of electron, that is called cation. It measures the unit is kilojoule per mole. So the ionization energy is increasing like first ionization energy, after that second ionization energy is going on, increasing the number of ionization energies. For that higher ionization energy is more difficult to remove the electrons. So going on this number of ionization energy, that is a removal of electron, it is difficult in the first ionization energy you compare with the second one. So the atomic size is decreases from the left to right in the period. So left to right, what happened? The ionization energy, that means the atomic radius is decreases in the period. So more energy is required to remove the electrons. So the ionization energy is increasing along the period. So that is increases. Why? Because in the period, what happened, the ions, it can be strong affection between the nucleus and the outermost cell. So it cannot be removed easily in the electrons from the isolated gaseous atoms. So for the periods, the ionization energy is more required to remove the electron. That is called ionization energy is increases along the period. But going down the group, the ionization energy is decreases. Why it is decreases in the groups? Because the electron and the nucleus affection or attraction force is very less. So in this atomic force or the attraction force or the affinity, it is decreases. So automatically the electron is lost in the isolated gaseous atom, because they are loosely bonded in the electrons of the valence shell. So the electron, it can be removed by using the minimum amount of energy is required. So ionization energy decreases down the group in the periodic table. The next topic is electron affinity. So electron affinity is also that amount of energy, here also energy released. Energy is released when an isolated gaseous atom gains an electron to form an ion. It's very simple. So isolated gaseous atom gain an electron is converted as anions. Here the energy is released when the atom get an electron to form an ion. That required energy release is called electron affinity. That's all. It is also measured kilojoule per mole is a unit. For example, that is A is a gaseous state of the isolated atom. It gain electron, they form A minus at gaseous state, that released energy. For example, the chlorine, isolated chlorine at gaseous state, gain an electron, they form Cl minus at gaseous state and release energy. So like the ionization energy, electron affinity, also the decreasing from left to right in the period and increasing, that is top to bottom, like. But here that electron affinity is increasing from left to right. So period, left to right, increases, and the group top to bottom decreases. So here I have one doubt about that. What happened in noble gases? Electron affinity. Because it is not possible to accept electrons. It is completely filled orbitals and also it is a stable configuration. So it is possible. What happened that electron affinity in the noble gas? Yes, it is also have some value that is called 0. So the noble gases, the electron affinity are 0. And also that the noble gases, there are no tendency to accept electrons, because why? The outermost cell, that is electronic configuration, you know that the outermost cell, that is for that valence cell, that s orbital and p orbital completely filled, no vacant in the noble gases. So noble electron can be added. That's why the noble gas, the electron affinity is 0. So next and last topic in this session, the electronegativity. Electronegativity is nothing but the electronegativity of elements, that is called attract the atoms to attract a shared pair of electrons. So atoms to attract the shared pairs of electrons towards itself in the covalent bond. That's a very simple atom. They can attract the shared pair of electrons. For example, HCl, H and Cl. He plus and Cl minus. Why Cl minus? Because it is attract the pairs of electrons in the chlorine. So the chlorine is more electronegativity than hydrogen. The chlorine is more electronegativity than hydrogen. Both the hydrogen and the chlorine atoms are share one electron to bonded together and form the covalent bond strongly between these hydrogen and the chlorine atom. That higher electronegativity goes to the chlorine atom because of the pulls the share of electrons towards the of more stronger than the hydrogen. The chlorine is pull the electrons pairs towards himself or itself more strongly than hydrogen. So when the bonded is break, so automatically the H plus Cl minus is conversion of from the HCl molecule. When the bond break, the bonding electron are left the chlorine to forming H plus and Cl minus ions. So it is represented for very simply. So there are two persons is there. Okay, one person is like very strong man. So one ball is hold their hands. They struggle to pick the ball. So who get the ball? That is for the bulky group. So when it's break, the bulky group gain the ball. That is called that highly electronegativity. So it gain, that is electron, that is attracted. So in this way, we are easy to understand that attract the or pull the electrons towards themselves, that atoms to gain the electrons. So that is called electronegativity. They form the negativity charge. So these electronegativities are based on the various that experimental data like bond energy, that ionization potential, electron affinity, so everything. For Pauli's Pauling scale is explain some important data of the electronegativity. So they give one strong value, that is a factor. It is called 1.7. The 1.7 is a factor, that is a difference between the electronegativities of other elements or other atoms. For here, between the two elements is equal to 1.7. Equal to 1.7 differ for the electronegativity. That means it is 50% ionic bond and 50% covalent bond. If is a less than 1.7, electronegativity value is 1.7, less than 1.7, that means more covalent bond. If above 1.7 electronegativity value means it is more ionic bond. So this is a important value, that is for Pauling scale. They give the 1.7 is a factor is equal for both atoms of electronegativity value. 1.7 means it is 50% of ionic and covalent bond. Is less than 1.7 means strong covalent bond, or more than 1.7 means a strong or more ionic bond. So along the period and group, what happened the electronegativity? So along the period left to right, the electron negativity is increases, and then group top to bottom, the electronegativity is decreases. Because the increasing the nuclear charge in the periods, so automatically it is more strong electrons, so it is increasing the electronegativity. On moving down the group, the electronegativity of elements decreases because they increasing the number of valency cell. That's why it is decreases along the group. So here I simply show for the periodic properties along the period and group: atomic radius, ionic radius, ionization energy, electron affinity, electronegativity. So what happened in period and group? So it is to hint, atomic radius in period decreases and the group increases. Ionic radii is also same for atomic radius. Ionization energy and electron affinity is also similar for increasing both are at period and decreasing both are in the group. The electronegativity is also same as ionization energy, electron affinity also. So it is very important point about the ionic, that is periodic properties. So students, it is much helpful to learn about the periodic classifications of the elements. So thank you. We will meet on next class for the another part. So part 1 is over for this portion. So again part 2 portions we will discuss next class. Thank you students once again.